Hello there. I thought I'd do a series of what you might call summary videos about various aspects of the case that was brought against Lucy Letby, and so to do various videos about the background to the case. Excuse me. I mean, it won't be everything that was covered so far, but it will be just really a series of hopefully salient points about the various aspects. So I thought I'd call the series Lucy Letby A Different Story. Yeah, so they'll be quite short, and as I say, they're not every point that has come up en route, and obviously there's many other points being thought about and considered all the time, so it's not exhaustive. And so the first one is about the hospital as a whole and the neonatal ward at the Countess of Chester Hospital. I did 10 points on this, and initially I numbered them, but I'm not sure I'm going to read the numbers. I'm not sure the numbers are relevant, and they're in no particular order, although I hope believe they're all relevant. So I'll read them out. There was and continues to be a culture of bullying and blame at the Countess of Chester Hospital, going right up to chief executive level. There is evidence that this bullying was often male to female directed. The hospital as a whole has a very dismal record for sepsis control, both before 2015 and subsequent to 2016. There had been chronic understaffing in the neonatal ward in respect of both doctors and nurses. That was picked up in the RCP-CH report, and actually the CQC reports as well. I'm not going to do all the links for this because a lot of them have come up en route. I'm just trying to condense a series of points here without necessarily saying, here's how you prove it. This is just really a culmination of the reading about the various aspects thus far, and there's still a lot more to look at, to read. So I'll carry on with the points. The hospital, that's the CoCH, Countess of Chester Hospital, has had to pay out many millions of pounds, both in medical negligence cases and simply fighting off negligence cases. So paying large legal fees just to fight off the cases. And this remains the case to this day. The hospital as a whole, and the neonatal ward specifically, has been severely criticised by the CQC and the RCP-CH. With regard to the CQC, it has lost its previous good rating, and now it has a rating of needing improvement. Doctor error, inexperience and poor medical care generally has been very apparent in respect of the neonatal ward. So that is evidenced by the notes themselves and the medical negligence claims that have been made, which really focuses on the doctors, whether they're consultants or junior doctors. It's not on the nurses, That's been what I've gathered through the reading I've done through various newspaper reports and other analysis, and as I say, the reports from the CQC, etc. In early 2015, a Chester solicitor, no, I need to change that. That's not right, I made a mistake there. So in early 2017, so this is leading up to when the police become involved. So in early 2017, a Chester solicitor was representing several families whose children had either died or suffered a poor health outcome due to medical failures in the CoCH neonatal unit. I'll say CoCH instead of Countess of Chester Hospital. So just a bit more on that point is that, well, before the police came in, it was really on the cusp for quite a major application for medical negligence cases to be brought, and obviously all those were stalled. But there have been other medical negligence cases brought subsequently which aren't related to the period that the Lucy Letby case covers. Currently, the CoCH is one of the country's worst performing hospitals. That's currently as in 2022-23, and it's meeting few, if any, of its agreed targets. The neonatal ward was upgraded to a level 2 unit at some point in 2014. I've not been able to find out the exact date, only to be downgraded again in July 2016, having failed to offer a suitable standard of care or meet care guidelines. And these failures are outlined in the 2016 RCP-CH report. And the final point I'll make for this section is as follows. The neonatal ward in operation, it was in operation, the actual building as it were, up to 2020. It had serious and chronic problems with its drainage systems, both within the neonatal ward itself and in the crawl space above it. Above the neonatal ward was another ward which I believe was a stroke ward for adults. Leakage of raw sewage into clinical areas, i.e. sinks where nurses washed hands and prepared feeds, for example, and with the obvious likelihood for a variety of pathogens to spread from the hospital wastewater throughout the unit, affixing to surfaces and to hands, etc., that are touching the very fragile and vulnerable babies. These problems were actually never solved, and only the complete destruction of the building and replacement of the drainage system as a whole gave babies in the new unit a chance to avoid sepsis and other related conditions. But as we know from a point above, they're still failing on many of their targets as a hospital, and it is thought of as one of the worst hospitals in the country. And that's a current finding. So all these points now, they all relate to various newspaper reports and official reports. For example, the CQC, Care Quality Commission, and the RCP-CH report, and other sources as well. So thank you very much. That's the first part of Lucy Letby, A Different Story. I thought I'd approach it initially with the setting of where these things happened. The next video, well, I'm doing a recording here and I'll put some photographs up. The next section is going to be focusing on the consultants, stroke other doctors, and I'll do that in a little while. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.